On Christmas morning I asked, "Can I come over?" My son replied, "We're spending holidays as a small family only. Do you want to know what still aches in my heart, even though the years have passed? Let me take you back to one Christmas morning in Illinois that I will never forget." I woke up early that day, just as I always did when the children were young. Back then, I would sneak into the kitchen, prepare cinnamon rolls, and brew hot coffee. I used to hang stockings by the fireplace and watch the joy on their faces as they rushed down the stairs. Christmas in our home was never about money or expensive gifts. It was about warmth, togetherness, and laughter. But that particular Christmas morning, the house was quiet, too quiet. I sat alone at my little wooden table, staring at the blinking lights on my old artificial tree. My hands trembled as I dialed my son's number. All I wanted was to hear a familiar voice, to feel needed, to belong. When he answered, I tried to sound cheerful. "Good morning, sweetheart." "Merry Christmas! Can I come over?" There was a pause so heavy it felt like it pressed against my chest. Then his voice came, polite but distant. "Mum, we're spending holidays as a small family only this year. Maybe another time." The words hit me harder than any winter storm. I swallowed, forcing myself to say, "Of course, darling, I understand." But after I hung up, I sat in silence, listening to the hum of the refrigerator and the soft whistle of the wind outside. You see, that was the first Christmas I realized something that many elders feel but rarely speak aloud. The world we built for our children slowly shifts away from us as they grow older. We pour our love, our youth, our sacrifices into raising them, and then life pulls them into their own circles, leaving us standing outside the ring, looking in. I wrapped myself in my shawl and sat by the window watching the snow fall over Illinois. The streets were empty, except for a few cars gliding by, their headlights glowing like distant stars. Inside, the quiet was deafening. I thought about my late husband, how he used to carve the turkey and make silly jokes that made the children roll their eyes. I thought about the little feet that once ran through this house, dragging wrapping paper and giggling with excitement, and I asked myself, when did the laughter fade? When did I become just a voice on the phone, easy to turn away? But let me tell you, child, that day taught me something. I had two choices, to let bitterness harden my heart, or to find a way to keep love alive, even when it wasn't returned in the way I longed for. So I stood up, wiped my tears, and decided to make Christmas for myself. I set the table with the good china, roasted a small chicken instead of a turkey, and lit the candles. I even played the old Christmas records my husband loved. Yes, I ate alone, but I ate with dignity, reminding myself that my worth did not disappear just because I wasn't included in someone else's celebration. Later that afternoon, I baked cookies and packed them in little tins. Then I walked to the neighbors' houses, families who were kind enough to wave at me throughout the year but didn't expect anything. Their surprise and gratitude when I handed them cookies warmed my soul in a way I hadn't felt in years. One little girl hugged me tightly and whispered, "Thank you, Grandma." That hug was my Christmas gift, and do you know what? The following year, those same neighbors invited me to join their dinner. I wasn't alone anymore. Slowly, I learned to build new bonds, to share my love beyond blood. Because love, my dear, is not meant to be hoarded within family walls. It is meant to flow freely, touching anyone who needs it. But let me be honest, the ache of that Christmas morning never fully left me. I still wish my son had opened his door, had remembered the woman who once opened hers for him every single day of his childhood. I don't blame him entirely. Life today moves so fast, and families often shrink into smaller circles. But it is a wound that teaches. So here is the lesson I want you to carry. Never forget the ones who gave you their everything when you had nothing. A parent's heart does not stop needing love just because their children have grown. Time is cruel. It takes away our strength, our friends, and eventually, our days. The least it asks of the young is to give back with presence, not just with words. If you are blessed to still have a mother or grandmother alive, do not let them sit alone by the twinkling lights of a Christmas tree, waiting for a call that ends in disappointment. Visit them. Invite them. Let them feel that their place in your life is secure, because one day, when they are gone, you will look at an empty chair and wish you had done more. As for me, I carry no hatred, only hope. Hope that telling my story will remind someone, somewhere, to knock on their mother's door this holiday season and say, "Come in, Mum, we saved you a seat." That, my child, is the true spirit of Christmas.